You're now watching Richard Chang, and we're now taking a look at this portable video game system called the Sony PSP. Now, if you may not know, what PSP stands for is PlayStation Portable or Portable PlayStation. PlayStation was a home console released 10 years ago, and it sold millions, and now there's a PlayStation 2, and in spring 2006, there's a PlayStation 3. Sony decided to release a portable PlayStation so you can play games on the go. And not only can you play games, you can do a lot more things with it. You can play games which are stored on these discs called UMDs, which stands for Universal Media Disc. It consists of 1.8 gigabytes, and you can actually store a lot of stuff if only they had UMD disc burners. You can also view your videos on the PSP. Now, there's a very nice, sexy looking body with a 4.3-inch screen, so it's pretty big, I think. And you can store your videos, or record your videos in MPEG-4 format and watch them on the go. I personally like to watch my basketball clips on the go, but you can also convert your old DVDs into a MPEG-4 format, and you can actually store the 3 DVDs on the memory card called the Memory Stick Pro Dual. Now, my card's 1 gigabyte, and you can store up to 3 movies with this card. It is released by Sony and SanDisk, and they are quite expensive, about $100 per 1 gigabyte in stores. So hopefully this Thanksgiving you can find a good sale on them. You can also listen to music on the go. With my 1 gigabyte card, I can store up about 300 songs, depending on the bit rate of my MP3s. You can always change that bit rate with the proper software. Along with MP3s is the photo function. You can view your photos on the go. So in case you want to show your little cute baby photos to all your friends and make them go, "Aw," this is perfect. And it's a very pretty screen to view your photos on. Now, when you do plan to buy the PSP, I do recommend not buying them for kids that are 13 and under. The reason why is because the PSP is $250. And whatever kids usually have in their hands, they usually drop. And you don't want to lose $250. If you do plan to buy this for your son or daughter or husband or wife, one thing I recommend is buying a screen protector. Now, I'm pretty superficial, but in order to protect the screen from scratches, scrubs, and marks, fingerprints, and other stuff, a screen protector is needed. It's only $4.99 at stores and like Best Buy, EB Games, GameStop, or other video game stores. Now, another thing I recommend buying is a speaker system. With the PSP, it does come with speakers on itself, but if you play in a quiet room, it is pretty loud, like this. That's only if you're in a quiet room. If you're playing outside, you can barely hear it. So what I recommend is the Nico PSP Theater Experience. Now what it does is amplify the sound and protects your PSP. As you see, it has a very nice docking position so you can watch your videos very nicely instead of holding it with your one hand and showing it off. Now, to experience the difference, let me turn the amplifier on, and then that's only medium level too, by the way. The case is about $70. It is pretty expensive, but if you want to protect it and have amplified sound, I think this is perfect. Now, the accessories that come with the PSP are the white headphones. I think it's to compete with the iPod. A remote, so you can stick your PSP in your pocket and control everything with the click of the button. It does come with its own case called the PSP sleeve. Now, the problem with this case is, once you store your PSP in here, and if you drop it, your PSP will dent. And how I know is because my coworker dented his PSP, and now his eject slot doesn't work. Another problem is I live in Texas, and the humidity is really bad. Now, if you store your PSP in here, your PSP will actually sweat, and you will see, well, first you see the letters right here, the PSP. I used to see the letters on my screen in liquid form. It was pretty gross, and what I was afraid of is the liquid would get into my PSP, and my PSP mess up, and there I go, lose $250. So please get another case. There's the Logitech PlayGear Pocket, which I recommend, or the Nico case, which is really great. And this is the PSP. and I'm Richard Chang.